Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, the fourth day in the month of August year 2022. I am Rrør Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. National Assembly leaders fret, rally security chiefs for protection. Why President Muhammadu Buhari must resign immediately, Nadeko. Bandits are not Fulani and terrorists are paying their foot soldiers 50,000 naira daily. Sheikh Gumi reveals. Asks Nigeria Republic to refund the 1.4 billion naira. Use the money to pay ASUU, Serap tells Buhari. Pay rise. FG excludes state varsities. ASUU kicks. Amotekun arrests 45 suspected criminals in Ondo. Kidnap Nollywood actors Okereke and Bogidi regain freedom. BBC may air more video on terrorism as Nigeria government targets media. Another one from the foreign story, organ harvesting, Ekwero Madu to remain in custody till October 31st. And sports, Portugal to face Nigeria in international friendly. Now the news in detail. The National Assembly has expressed fears over the worsening insecurity in the country, particularly the recent attacks on the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, by terrorists. Following the worsening insecurity, the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, on Wednesday summoned the security chiefs to a marathon meeting where he described the situation as the most frightening. Also at the meeting, the senators advised the security chiefs on how better to protect the FCT and the country at large. The various House of Representatives Committee on Security had similarly met with the security chiefs last Friday over the development in the country. Also, the House said the terrorists were daring to have attacked the seat of power, warning the security agencies to go after the militants. In the last few weeks, the FCT had faced grave security threat, with terrorists launching separate attacks on troops and the Kuje Medium Security Custodial Center. Last Thursday, suspected terrorists launched a vicious attack on soldiers at a checkpoint at Zumarok, a few kilometers from the nation's capital and the nation's capital as well. Also, on July 24, terrorists attacked the Presidential Guards Brigade troops at Buhari Kubwa Road, Abuja, during which a captain, lieutenant, and 6 soldiers were killed and others wounded.
Continue to live in fear. And with that in mind, the leadership of the Senate earlier today held a closed-door session with heads of security agencies over the disturbing trend of insecurity in the country. During the meeting, President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, described the situation as frightening, stating that a lot more needs to be done. He said the worrying situation has caused a sharp decline in the economy as the country is unable to attract foreign direct investment and the oil sector is failing due to oil theft. In his response, the Chief of Defense Staff said issues of security must be seen from a collective perspective, as the military remains committed to finding a lasting solution. He insists a lot has already been done to ensure they improve on the security architecture of the country, and no stone will be left unturned in ensuring the safety of lives and properties. In attendance at the meeting was the
NADECO, National Democratic Coalition, hereby joins numerous groups, both in the United States of America and in Nigeria, in calling for the immediate resignation of President Muhammadu Buhari as the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for gross incompetence and reckless endangerment of life and property of the citizens of Nigeria. The resolution was reached after a meeting of several Nigerian groups, both in the United States of America and Nigeria. NADECO noted that the primary and most important responsibility of any government is to ensure liberty and freedom for the people, along with the protection of lives and property of the citizenry, and to provide for the quiet enjoyment and dignity of life. These are the fundamental rights that Nigerians have been denied under Buhari. President Muhammadu Buhari and his All Progressive Congress Party have failed woefully and dangerously. NADECO further assertly noted that the fact that the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja is about to fall into the hands of the Fulani herdsmen, Bandits, Boko Haram, and Iswa is a clear signal that the Buhari administration has collapsed under the weight of its disregard for the people of Nigeria in its arrogance, ignorance, and corruption. President Buhari himself has stated publicly to the Nigerian people that he is tired and therefore cannot wait to leave the office even before 2023. Buhari is now a portent of doom. It is abundantly clear that Buhari has checked out and is no longer Nigeria's leader. These are the queries before the president from Nadeko. Boko Haram was devastating, but they don't have the foot soldiers to carry out big operations, and that is why they just put bombs here and there. But now they are attacking prisons to break away prisoners that will serve their foot soldiers. Now the bandits have been given a flag of religion. They are now seeing you as an infidel. They see us as trash. They are Muslims, but they see us as trash. They are no longer seeing themselves as criminals. Now they are seeing themselves as spiritually and morally more spiritual. So what will stop them now? The bandits are not even Fulani. They are foot soldiers that are being recruited to carry out attacks. They are using the herdsmen as foot soldiers, and I heard that they are being paid 50,000 naira every day, says Shehu Ahmed Gumi. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERA, has told Buhari to ask the Niger Republic to refund the 1.4 billion naira approved for the purchase of vehicles. Recall that a viral document shared online by a famous investigative journalist had suggested that the Buhari administration approved the purchase of vehicles reportedly worth 1.4 billion naira for neighboring Niger Republic. This claim has been confirmed recently by Zainab Ahmed, the nation's Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning. Zainab Ahmed was quoted saying that the financial support is primarily for the purpose of enhancing the capacity of the Niger Republic in protecting our territory. Serap has, however, ordered Buhari to get a refund from the neighboring country so as to settle ASUU. Public universities in Nigeria have been shut down following the decision of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, to embark on strike since February 14. Some of the union's demands include revitalization of public universities and earned academic allowances, according to reports. The union recently extended the rollover strike by 4 weeks. Serap has now declared that the Buhari regime must request a refund and pay ASUU so that poor children can go back to school. Concerning the ASUU strike, the industrial dispute between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, may worsen following the insistence of the Federal Ministry of Education that its proposed agreement with the union would not be binding on state universities. The spokesman for the Federal Ministry of Education, Ben Gong, in an interview with one of our correspondents in Abuja on Wednesday, explained that the federal government could not dictate the state on education as it is on the concurrent legislative list. A committee led by the Pro-Chancellor of the Federal University of Lokoja, Professor Nimi Briggs, reportedly recommended a 180% pay rise for lecturers, but the government was said to have favored a 100% increase. It was gathered that the Ministries of Finance, Education, Labor and Employment, Budget, Office of the Federation, Office of the Head of Service of the Federation and National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission were still working out the final details of the proposal. The ASUU President, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, insisted that any agreement reached with the federal government would be binding on the states, thus opening another battlefront between the union and the government. The Punch report that members of ASUU, including federal and state universities, had embarked on a strike on February 14, 2022. Following the inability of the Minister of Labor and Employment, Chris Ngige, to resolve the strike, the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired 2 weeks ago, directed the Minister of Education, Adamu, to take over the negotiation with the ASUU leadership. Going to insecurity from ASUU strike. The Ondo State Security Network Agency, also known as Amotekun Corps, has arrested no fewer than 45 suspected criminals in some local government areas of the state. The Corps said the suspects were arrested for various offenses, which included armed robbery, kidnapping, rape, attempted murder, among others. Parading the suspect at the headquarters of the command, Alabaka, Akure, the state's capital, the commander of the Corps in the state, Adetunji Adeyeye, said the state would not relent in its efforts to rid the state of all forms of criminalities. According to him, the suspects were arrested by the officers of the Corps in collaboration with other security agencies in the state. He said the 6 kidnap syndicates among the suspects use spiritual means to hypnotize people they carry on their motorcycle to unknown destination. We also have another group that specializes in kidnapping. They actually kidnapped a lady in Rrør, but we were able to get the victim out alive without money paid, and we were able to apprehend the suspected kidnappers.
This appears to be another success story for operatives of Amotekun Corps in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria. 45 suspects were arrested at different locations where they had made living difficult for people of the areas. 6 of them are members of a notorious kidnap syndicate who hypnotized their victims before kidnapping them in the local government area of the state. Female members of the group are used as bait to lure unsuspecting victims to the ringleader, who is a herbalist.
We have today 45 hardened criminals arrested across the 18 local governments of Ondo State. We also have a group that specializes in kidnapping. They actually kidnapped a lady in Rrør, but we were able to get the victim out alive without ransom, and we were also able to apprehend the suspected kidnappers. We have this across the state.
Some armed robbers who were arrested in Rrør were also paraded by Amotekun Corps. Members of the group broke into a motorbike shop and carted away brand new motorcycles. Some suspects were also paraded for alleged snatching of motorbikes and attempted murder of some victims in Obakoko. The Corps commander urged the people to join hands with security agencies to rid the state of criminals.
People using Okada to kidnap. We have cases here where they use some means, some spiritual means, to hypnotize people that they carry on their Okada, and they carry them to unknown destination. We have a case of one of them that specializes in killing Okada riders, taking over their Okada, dismantling and sending out of the state. We tracked him to Rrør. From Rrør, we arrested 3 of his accomplices.
25 out of the 45 suspects will soon be arraigned in court.
Still on insecurity and kidnapping, 2 popular Nollywood actors, Cynthia Okereke and Clemson Connell, alias Agbogidi, have been released by their abductors in Enugu. This development has been confirmed by the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN. A statement signed by Mona Lisa Chinda Koka, the Guild's Director of Communication, on Wednesday, revealed that God touched the abductors and they decided to set the actors free. The statement read in part, "This is to inform the public that the kidnapped actors Cynthia Okereke and Clemson Connell have been released on off." The elected national president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AJZ Rollers, announced their release by the abductors who were taught by the Spirit of God to set them free and on hand. The Guild has arranged for medical checks and psychological support for the victims. On behalf of the families, the national president expressed our heartfelt appreciation to Nollywood industry and Nigerians at large for the support and prayers during these trying times. We urge members to be security conscious on and off movie sets and always take precautionary measures on the security at all times. From the entertainment scene, we'll go straight to a foreign story. Better still, national/foreign. The British Broadcasting Corporation (BBC) is unfazed by the federal government of Nigeria's seeming attempt to muzzle the media. Insiders chatted with Daily Post in reaction to the fine slam on Trust Television Network, Trust TV, and others. The National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) fined and multimedia wing of Media Trust Limited 5 million naira for its Nigeria's banditry, the inside story. The rest are MultiChoice Nigeria Limited DSTV owners, NTA StarTimes Limited, and Telecom Satellites Limited TSTV, 5 million naira each. The NBC informed the public that they all violated the broadcasting code by airing documentaries on banditry and terrorism. The authorities consider the visuals damaging, with citizens already furious about the country's worsening insecurity further enraged. From that story, we'll go to another interesting one from the foreign side concerning one of our Nigerian senators. Former Deputy Senate President A.K. Ekweremadu may continue in detention with the UK authority over the alleged case of organ harvesting. The cable reports that the Central Criminal Court in UK has adjourned the case to October 31st, 2022. Daily Post report that Ekweremadu and his wife Beatrice are facing charges bordering on conspiracy to arrange, facilitate the travel of another person with a view to exploitation, namely organ harvesting, while they appear in court today. And finally, on sports story, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will take on Cristiano Ronaldo-led Portugal in an international friendly in September. This was revealed by Nigeria Football Federation NFF General Secretary Mohamed Sanusi, though there is no official statement from the NFF or the Portuguese Football Federation. According to Sanusi, the game is expected to hold in September, as the NFF wants to take advantage of the FIFA window following the postponement of the 2023 AFCON qualifiers till March next year. Also, Sanusi stated that Eagles coach Jose Peseiro is involved in the arrangement of the friendly with Portugal. That concludes the world news from BGI TV. Before we go, some major headlines. National Assembly leaders threat rally security chiefs for protection. Why President Buhari must resign immediately, Nadeko. Bandits are not Fulani and terrorists are paying their foot soldiers 50,000 naira daily, Sheikh Ahmed Gumi. Asked Niger Republic to refund the 1.4 billion naira. Use the money to pay ASUU, Serap tells Buhari. And finally, sports. Portugal to face Nigeria in international friendly. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe, click on notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placements of goods and services, coverage of event and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.